Hi, Lindsay. How are you?
Good, Michelle. How are you? How's everything?
I'm good. I'm good. So my son is obsessed with trains. I mean, I've never seen anything like
That's
it.
so funny. Maybe he'll be like an engineer someday or a
Maybe. Oh,
conductor. I don't know. Who knows?
who knows? But he gets very frustrated when like the trains are like different from the ones he's used to, and certain ones
Oh.
the wheels move where he'll notice like he calls it he calls it a clickety clack, like the things between the wheels, and some of them don't have a clickety clack. I don't know. It's
That's so cute. That's
it's
so
cute,
cute.
but sometimes he gets very frustrated.
Yeah.
And now he's adorable. But he was asking me yesterday why the wheels didn't work on his train, on one of these
Oh,
trains, and I said they are just for show. And of course, it's a
yeah.
little bit advanced concept for a 3-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, how did you? And then what did he say? What's that mean?
I don't know. I think he probably got
Just got
frustrated.
bored or frustrated. Okay.
No,
Well, I mean,
eventually he went with it.
if you think
Yeah.
about it, I mean, kids aren't that different from adults. If something is different from what they're used to, sometimes,
Yeah.
adults can also get
Yeah.
very thrown off and moody,
Yes.
right? We can get moody if we can't get
Yeah.
what we are expecting to have in the world.
Exactly. So, but I realize this just for show may not be helpful for a 3-year-old, but I think it is
Yeah.
helpful in the regular adult world. And so it made me realize that this would be a good thing to do on the show for our listeners. What do you think, Lindsay?
Yeah, this is a great one just for show. And so, guys, yeah, you are ready for this concept, right? We are ready to speak in
Yes.
more interesting ways. And that's what we try to do and to focus on this connection, not perfection idea. So let's dive into it more, Michelle. Give us some examples or
Yeah.
what does this mean? Yeah.
Well, when you say something is just for show, it means it might not like be functioning, right?
Yeah.
It might be used just for some sort of visual effect. So, for example, the buttons on the dress are just for show. It actually closes with a zipper.
Yes. Or the balcony is just for show. You can't actually go out there. Actually,
Mhm.
this reminds me of a mistake I made with my shoes. I ordered this cute pair of shoes. For like they're just a really cute brand and they're a nice
Yeah.
brand. They're comfortable. I love them. They're so cute, but they have a zipper on the side and then they have they have laces, and I was lacing them up and sort of, oh, this is annoying, it's taking too long. I was like, oh, there's a zipper, I'll just use the zipper from now on.
Yeah.
So now that I've started using the zipper, I've ruined the shoes because the zipper is just for show.
Oh.
And now the zipper won't zip all the way up. And every time I walk, like even if I walk a quarter mile in those shoes, the zipper comes down. So it's all loose and messed up. So I totally ruined this gray pair of shoes that I have because I've been
Oh
using the
no,
zipper
just for show, just for
just
show.
for show.
Well, I then will tell you about my boots. You can't see, but I am a very pregnant woman right now. And so that means I can't really bend over as easily. And so I'm at the point where I can't zip my boots up. And it's
Okay.
too bad that it's like, the time of year that it is that I need to wear them.
Yes.
Because so now I will unzip them, but I walk around town with my boots unzipped. Because
Michelle, it's a
it's
funny
too
concept.
hard.
Yeah, it's funny.
I just slip my feet in there and just hope for the best.
I think zippers are the common denominator here. They're the problem. They are the problem. Zippers on
Zipper. What
shoes.
are we gonna do with them? But Lindsay, so would you use that expression? Like if I hadn't told you, we're doing this episode on this, do you think you would have told someone that story and said they're just for show?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that totally applies. I was having the conversation with someone about my shoes themselves. And I think we may have used that expression. That zipper is just for show. It's not meant to be used.
Whoops. So guys, we're going to talk about this just for show while we are talking about this one. And we're going to give you some other options in just a minute. But before we do that, we want to remind you, oh my gosh, we have such a great IELTS podcast. It's called the IELTS Energy Podcast. If you haven't heard it before, go on over and listen to it. It's with Jessica and Aubrey.
Yeah, it's so great, guys. They will show you how to get your 7 or higher because Jessica was an examiner for 14 years and Aubrey now knows everything that Jessica knows. So you cannot go wrong. Go and search for the IELTS Energy Podcast. All right.
Perfect. I
Good
love
stuff.
it.
Yes.
All right. So, this can also be, just another point here
Side
is
note,
side note. I was gonna say side note. This can be used to not necessarily in a different way, right? It can just be used to say something's kind of fake, right? Like more about maybe like a physical thing that's done. So for example, oh, her crying was just for show. Trust me, she doesn't care.
Oh man, and kids are famous for this, right? For manipulating parents a little bit and putting on a show. I don't know if your son does that or not, but I probably did that when I was a kid, right? They just for show, right? This crying act, it's just for show. She's fine. We're going home, right?
Right. And parents know, parents are the ones who know, like, oh yeah, all right, it's fine,
Totally.
Exactly. Well, but let's stick with this one about kind of this visual effect,
the physical,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, the physical way. So another way to say it is just for decoration, right, Lindsay?
Okay. Yeah. For example, those streamers are just for decoration. I don't think they actually do anything. What are streamers? That would be a good bonus for today. A little noun. Yeah.
Well, streamers, they're kind of they're like these like paper-ish paper things, and they're different colors, and they're usually maybe you put them on one end of the room and the other. And when I was writing this example, I was kind of like, well, this is a little weird. Because,
no, they're fun.
What would they do? What would one think that they would do?
They don't do much, right? But they provide like a decoration. If you're going to do a surprise party, you might want to decorate the room with streamers, maybe an adult version of streamers, not so colorful, but like gold or silver or something. And then someone walks in, and then they know that something was balloons and streamers and that kind of thing. That's kind of fun. Yeah,
exactly. So that's streamers. So you could say just for decoration, or you could even say just for decoration with not the just, right? Those streamers are for direct decoration.
Yeah, for sure. Possible. And then another one, guys, is ornamental, a little more fancy, like an ornament on a tree. So what would be a sample sentence for that one?
Oh, the ties on the hat are purely ornamental. They aren't actually functioning ribbons.
Yeah, I love that. Purely ornamental. Guys, that's a great chunk to remember. It sounds very smart. It sounds high level. And oftentimes you're in a situation where you have to describe something. Maybe it's the holidays, or you're going out to look at Rockefeller Center, right? The tree in Rockefeller Center. You might have this conversation in New York, right? Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So ornamental. And then Lindsay, what is the last one? This is kind of a fun one.
Garnish. And garnish, right? That's the phrase, guys, garnish. And this one can't be used in a personality way. Like someone is just putting on a show. This is just purely for what's on your plate. You can't say that's just garnish or something. That'd be silly. Garnish. So what is it, Michelle?
Well, garnish, I mean, I think it can be it's a noun, or it can be a verb, really, to garnish something, right? But I believe
No, I was just going to ask you, have you ever made a mistake of like, if you get like a rare dish or something you're not used to, garnish. you're not sure if you're supposed to eat the garnish, or
that's what this is about. That's what this is about. Yeah. Like it can be used, guys, it can be used for taste, but not, I don't think it's always used that way. I mean, like, this is what I think of, Lindsay. I'm sure you're thinking of this too. The flowers on the plate are used as a garnish. Don't eat them.
We've all made the mistake.
Sometimes you can eat a flower on a plate and you don't know. And
it's tricky. And then, you have food from all over the world, and in some cultures it's okay. Other cultures you would never eat it. It's complicated.
Yeah. So it's not always like, it maybe sometimes you can eat a garnish, like maybe, it's just like nuts or some sort of special leaf or something, but sometimes you can, but it's for decoration, right?
Yeah.
It's mostly just to look nice, I think, unless we have any chefs and they want to talk to me more about garnish.
Well, yeah. I mean, chefs always talk about, you've probably watched the cooking shows. We've talked about the cooking shows, plating soming, presenting it, right? There's a whole vocabulary we could go into another time.
Cooking show vocabulary.
The science of being a chef, and a big part of it is presentation. And I really saw this. I'm sure you saw this too, Michelle, in Japan, not just about garnish, but about the importance of how something is presented on a plate. I love that about Japan.
Me too. Me too, for sure. Yeah. I love it too. Right, exactly. So I mean, these are just different ways to talk about things that are mostly done for some sort of visual effect, right? To look nice or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It may not be functioning. So Lindsay, I mean, when do you think it would be useful to use these kinds of words, expressions?
I mean, certainly, obviously, at a restaurant, you're talking about the presentation of the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you're talking about an aesthetic of something, the way a home is decorated, the way a cake is decorated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a wedding cake, sometimes you might have the two partners at the top, right? The two humans at the top of the cake, right? That's just meant to be a decoration. It's decorative. It's purely ornamental, right? Yeah. Anytime you're looking at presentations of physical objects, Michelle.
Exactly.
Mm.
So I think it's just very useful. All of these are kind of fun sounding, and it's especially funny if you have to tell someone not to eat something on their plate.
Oh, I'm hoping you have a story. I hope you have a story. Do you have a story?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I just think so much of the flour when you don't know if you can eat the flour or not.
Just don't know. You just don't know.
Like, yeah. So that's the thing that I thought of first.
Let's do a role play for our listeners. We can get a little laugh here. All right. Here we're setting up for a party in our home, and because we live together because we're roommates, right? Okay.
All right.
Okay. So how do I put these up?
Use the snaps.
Oh no, those snaps are just for show. I tried.
Oh, weird. Wait, are these clips useful?
Oh yeah, that's it. Thanks. I love your sweater, by the way, especially the tie in the back.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's really just for decoration. I can't even really tie it.
Well, it's nice.
Oh, thanks. Okay, so these lights are just ornamental, right? Or do they actually get that bright? Do we still need our regular lights?
Yeah, we do. They don't get bright enough.
Gotcha. Wow, the garnish next to the soup is adorable.
Oh, thanks. I love the color.
Okay.
All right. I thought someone was going to eat a plastic piece of
no, not in this role.
Because when you order sushi in the States, this is probably awful. If our listeners are in Japan, they probably don't want to know this, but often the garnish is plastic. It's green, the plastic green piece of thing. I don't even know why they bother.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's right.
We order sushi a lot. So you'll have your ginger, your wasabi, your soy sauce, and the little packets, and then you'll have your weird green plastic garnish.
It's very odd. It's like the grass, like kind of looks like grass.
Yeah, I don't need that. I just need the fish. It's very weird. So I'm glad that no one ate plastic garnish in this.
Yes, no one's eating it. Don't worry. But let's go through this. So we're trying to figure out how to put something up, maybe some sort of decoration. And I said, do you use the snaps? And you said, no, those snaps are just for show.
Perfect. Just for show. And then, so this is really common too on dresses and clothing. That's another example. We talked about shoes, but certainly dresses and clothing. You said, thanks. It's really just for decoration. I can't even really tie it.
So yeah, sometimes if you have like a tie in the back of your shirt, like it actually might just be like stuck in that position, like sewn that way, right?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of things are like this. Yeah. Right. And then you said, thanks. Okay. So these lights are just ornamental, right? So, and then you said they don't get bright enough. And I said, gotcha. Wow. The garnish next to the soup is adorable. So I'm assuming maybe you put that together, Lindsay. Yeah. You mean beautiful, right? A beautiful presentation. Right.
So maybe you put something on it that spelled out my name or your name or whoever party it is. I don't know.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, so guys, this kind of skill is really good at looking at aesthetics, looking at food presentation, clothing, shoes. Michelle, I have an opinion question to ask you here.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on like fake candles, like candles that are purely decorative, that they don't purely ornamental, like they're in your home and you plug them in, that kind of thing. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh no, I don't have that. But I think if it's for like a big party or something like that, that's cool, to get a lot of them. That would be nice. But I have real candles in my house. I don't really use them that much. What about you?
Yeah, I don't really because we just made our new mantle, right? And we're talking about what to put in there. Mantle. We're going to put a set of candles in there, but I don't want to put fake candles in there that are the plug-in kind. It's just not my style. I prefer things that are real as much as possible. So yeah. Good little tidbit there. Good stuff. So So guys, that's,
Interesting.
that's what we're talking about today. It's commenting on objects and looks, aesthetics, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So these words are just very useful for these kinds of conversations, for planning a party, setting up for a party, talking about your clothes, talking about your boots, talking about food, lots of different topics here. So definitely try these out.
All right. Good stuff, Michelle. Thanks for hanging out on the show today. And I'll see you again very soon.
All right. Bye, Lindsay.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.